Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was gonna say I am getting up there in age. I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people. Life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's.
There are several things that I picked up when just navigating life, and so I'm going to talk about what I learned from the rich, but I also want to talk about what I learned from others in order to get into the position that I'm in today. You may have saw my quick guide to making $20,000 a year, or maybe my road to $250,000 a year, or maybe you saw my path to financial freedom from broke to millionaire, which has got you tuned into this channel. Well, how I learned from the rich is even more so important, and is even going to be a shorter formed video today to really just break down my mindset and how I got to where I am. Now, one thing I don't want to understate is that I just love financial literacy and I love finance as a whole. I want to understand everything finance and I want to understand everything money. Because of that, I understand sales negotiation tactics, I understand interest rates, mortgage loans, and all types of loans that are available out there, from home lending, refinancing strategies, to consumer loan strategies, from car loan strategies, how to negotiate even on those car loans, and so forth and so on. In fact, a lot of the times I do not opt for payment plans. I do not opt for interest rates of any kind for the most part outside of real estate. And so, a lot of the times I don't even look at payments because, when you get to a point where you pay in cash and you receive a discount, it is always more beneficial to just pay in cash and receive the discount. And when I say pay in cash, I mean pay the whole thing. So today we're going to talk about what I've learned from the rich as a whole. So there's a few things. Before we even talk about the rich, I learned from my best friend about the stock market. Robinhood was the first place that he ever went to. And I decided to look at Robinhood when I saw him trading penny stocks. That motivated me with my $10,000 in savings at 18 years old to put $2,000 in that account. I was probably trading about $400 of that money for almost maybe 5-6 months before I went full-fledged in. And I probably made about $200 my first year and maybe $200 my second year as well. And so over time, I was learning more: swing trading, day trading, options trading. And when I started options trading, I talked about how I made $700 in a day. But I've also talked about how I lost $4,000 over the course of maybe a day or two. And so with options trading, losing $4,000 was a big wake-up call. And, I considered options trading to be gambling. But because of my investment strategy now, I was able to make way more than that in just a year, right? So now I make thousands of dollars a year just doing my investment strategy. And for those of you who are interested in what my investment strategy may be and you're new to the channel, well, my investment strategy, I don't want to say I'm a dividend investor because I do have some growth stocks, but my portfolio is mainly comprised of dividends, dividend stocks, dividend ETFs. And when I say mainly comprised, I hold about 30 to 32 companies, and I would say at least, bare minimum, 26 to 27 of them are dividend paying companies. And so with that being said, I probably only have 3 to 4 stocks that do not pay a dividend, one of them being Tesla. And I can't even think of any others that don't pay me a dividend. So to be honest, it might just be that one company at this time. So with that being said, I'm not just a dividend investor, I'm a dividend growth investor. And it is not because of the Tesla stock that makes me a dividend growth investor. It's because I look for dividend paying stocks that grow in value over time and are not decreasing in value. A lot of rookie mistakes are that people will buy dividend stocks with the highest dividend, but they're actually going down in value every year. So are they actually making money? The answer is probably no. I don't look for the highest dividend paying companies. I look for the companies that are growing their dividend every year, but also increasing in value every year. Apple is set to probably raise their dividend sometime soon, and that is going to be very promising as well. With that being said, dividend stock market investing, a lot of that came from listening to Warren Buffett, understanding his strategies, understanding his philosophies, and that imparted in me some knowledge that I then transferred over into my personal life, like compound interest and understanding that that is considered the eighth wonder of the world. And then I watched so many videos on compound interest, I was absolutely hooked. And I understood that over time, that compound interest would just continue to literally put my life in order and keep my life exactly where I wanted it to be. What do I mean by that? It literally would bless me to the point where I make more money in compound interest every month than I would from a normal 9-to-5 job. And, you know, they tell you once you hit your first 100,000, you'll start to accelerate. And all of that is absolutely true, because as soon as you continue to pour into yourself, the money will just continue to be exponential. There's going to be exponential growth, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So absolutely loved Warren Buffett for his strategy. I love the idea of compound interest. If you want to go into a more growth investor route, then this may not be the channel for you. You can still listen to me for certain other content, but I am a dividend investor, a growth dividend investor at heart. Moving on along. Once I got to Ohio, and I was around my uncle, I got to learn real estate from him. It wasn't Grant Cardone. It wasn't Ryan. I can't remember his last name, starts with a P. And it wasn't really Grand Stefan, although he is a real estate guy. It was my uncle who showed me that he had made $20,000 in appreciation. I think at that time I was like 21, and in that year I had only made $2,000 profit in the stock market. And so for someone to do 10x that, I was very curious. Now, granted, he might have put more money down. He might have did some rehabbing of the home. Who knows? But all I saw was that that money was 10x what I currently had, and I was willing to do whatever it took to get my hands on some of that. And so over the year, I just started looking at properties. I started looking into properties. I actually found my real estate agent because my uncle wanted me to walk into this open house with him on a random day. And that just led to just, again, more success. Calling my real estate agent to open these houses, walking through these houses. He would bring these papers to go over the details of the home, why it costs what it costs, and, you know, all that stuff. And so as a renter at the time, I understood what the rent prices were. I understood what I was paying in rent, and I understood how others would opt for that living situation that I was looking to move into. And so when I purchased my first home, I was like, this is definitely worth more than what I'm paying. And, you know, I got more than what I was paying for my current rental. And when I purchased this house that I'm living in, same concept. This is worth more than what I would be paying in rent. And so, you know, house hacking, figuring out that strategy. I'm not sure if I can credit Grand Stefan for that, but I think it was, again, more so my uncle telling me, hey, you should house hack. And I think being in the Army for a little bit gave me that reassurance to go ahead and do that. So my battery is about to die. But the house hacking strategy, I just want to say real quick, was very, very much so important because it allowed me to essentially save my entire income, invest that, and save that for multiple years, which then allowed me to really start to expand my investment horizons, buy different types of businesses, and really put my money to work for me. And so when you have that capabilities, they say it's always better to have a partner rather than do it yourself. Well, I created my own partners with real estate, which then allowed me to invest my money how I saw fit on my own accord and truly have that financial freedom. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.